troubled man.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, it's not like a out of the realm story for a artist, especially
No,
of that
very
time,
common story.
especially of a. I don't know if this is like 30s, 40s, or whenever this
Yeah.
was. I forget.
Yeah.
If it's said, but very common.
Yeah,
actually.
very. It's still common today. It's been common, I think, for artists for all time.
Of an artist who is
troubled,
especially in the beginning.
Yeah,
very much, about his art with good intentions of all this kind of stuff, and he's probably a brilliant artist.
Yep,
but then
clearly a brilliant artist
gets lost.
Yeah,
in a number of different vices and his own ego and just fame. Obviously, that kind of fame, especially obviously, this is the first time that's ever happened for the Marathi theater artist of like becoming a superstar Rajnikant.
Yeah.
But then showing like the human side of them as well, of like, yeah, they're great artists, but they also they're human who makes a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
And this guy has a very self-destructive tendency about him.
Pretty much every area of his life.
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much every area of his life. This is, I thought it was excellent, and there's a number of things about it we'll talk about that I think are excellent. For any stupid babies who don't like the medal I give it, know the reason I'm giving it this medal. I give it a silver because I believe it is excellent with a blue diamond for tons of elevative artistry. The only reason it's not a gold is not the film's own fault. It's simply because I can't measure, and I know you can't measure the real people that they were portraying, which would be the penultimate aspect of this film. Is did they justifiably portray? I trust that they did, but because I don't have that barometer, I that's an assumption I make versus as much of a real measuring stick for that. So it very well could be exceptional for most of you who watch it and go, yeah, if you knew this actor and you knew all of this, but everything about the film otherwise is just excellent across the board. I thought the score was wonderful.
That's by
production design, wonderful. And all of the performances, especially our titular character, was superb, wonderful, kept me wanting to watch. Forgive me if we mispronounce this. Subodhbave. Absolutely fully invested. I believed all the moments he was on screen. I believed everybody he was with. I thought the casting was great. Costuming, including, and makeup. We were making fun of the bald cap.
I mean, for the time, though.
But that's just for the time. That's what it was. We were making a joke about bald caps. But for the time, that's exactly what a bald cap should be. So don't take that too personally. Wonderful, wonderful film.
So this was actually more 70s, 80s in Marathi theater, it looks like. He was born 1930.
Yeah.
But died in 86.
Damn, my age.
He was 56. 56?
Yeah. 55. He didn't reach his 56th birthday.
I mean,
but
a lifetime
of alcohol and tobacco.
I mean, unless you ask Johnny Depp or Keith Richards.
Yeah, Keith Richards. Good grief.
I'm pretty sure Johnny's older than you, and he's...
Yeah.
He has...
Keith, sir, as Keith could be my dad.
Yeah, Johnny, I think he's 60 now. But he definitely hasn't taken care of himself.
Nope.
But he also smokes hand-rolled tobacco.
Which it doesn't... yeah.
It's definitely not as bad as...
Definitely not as bad as it's still tobacco. Doesn't have all the chemicals.
But yeah, it doesn't have rat poison in it.
Right. Yeah.
That is better.
But I love the true story. Those of you who know the story can say whether or not they did justice to this in the writing. I thought the writing was exceptional. I thought translations were exceptional. I thought the translations were very, very good.
I think the actor did a very good job. Who portrayed him.
Very good job.
He is bigger than what it looks like the guy was. Like
just size.
Yeah, he looks like our Mistra.
Nawaz?
No, our Mistra.
Mistra. Who are you referring to?
You've had
Atul.
Atul, yeah.
Atul tall.
Huh?
Atul is tall.
I don't think that matters.
Atul Kulkarni? Well, you said small.
No, it's skinny-wise.
Oh, you mean his slenderness of frame?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The guy playing him had a bigger face. than what the picture I have here.
True. Yeah.
So
true.
obviously maybe that's just one picture, but it looks like he was kind of a much smaller gentleman.
But you guys who know him know if he captured the essence of him. It sure seemed like he did.
He definitely did a fantastic job.
And it sure seemed like he captured the essence of him in the roles that he was portraying, because I thought he was riveting when he was portraying the Layla and all of his different characters. I was riveted.
Yeah, he definitely kind of almost had like a Brando life and how he performed and stuff like that.
Yeah, a little danger to him.
Danger,
for sure.
Very self-destructive.
Yep.
Very kind of weird at times. But a brilliant performer.
And credit to the writing and directing, because when you're doing a biopic, it's all about it's what are we not going to talk about? There's so much more you don't talk about in someone's life than the stuff you do talk about. Mm-hmm. And that's another thing I wonder for those who know his life very, very well. Are you pleased with what they did cover? Was it accurate? Did they take liberties that you don't appreciate? I mean, all in all, I just walk away from it. It seems to be a very excellent film. With the takeaway for me is just the excellence of score, production design, costuming, and writing and directing. With the pacing of the editing too, everything it was like that across the board for the whole film.
There was a few weird edits in terms of they cut it off.
Yeah, some harsh edits.
But that
happens sometimes.
I don't know why it happens, but it does happen sometimes. As opposed to like fading.
What's the movie? There's a really bad edit in a classic film. I think it's a Spielberg film, and it just always is jarring. I can see the frame on my mind's eye, but I can't remember what movie it is. It's something like Raiders of the Lost Ark or something like that. But yeah, glad we got to watch it.
Yeah, it's another Marathi film about theater.
And a name apparently we should be well aware of, because apparently he was the first superstar of Marathi theater.
Did he have was there video?
And maybe the biggest ever. I don't think anyone has ever.
I mean, Nana Petekar and.
Yeah, I know. But
in terms of being how audiences react to him being a superstar Rajnikant.
Right, yeah. That was in theater.
That was superstar in terms of how he was performing.
Coming in, getting people repeating the lines.
Yeah. But yeah, so are any of his films worth watching?
Yeah.
The actual.
That was the thing I thought of. It made me really realize this was going to be a silver and not a gold, and it's just because we don't have a reference point. When they were doing the musical number from the film, something about that, I thought, for people who know this film and know this actor, I bet they're hitting it out of the park. Yeah. I bet they're getting it spot on, the movements, the frame, the costuming, and we just don't have that reference to be able to applaud it for its excellence. Yeah. You know? It'd be like somebody reenacting, someone doing Gene Kelly's life, and they reenact any number from Singing in the Rain. We would know if they nailed that.
Yeah.
But this, we don't have any reference. So, nonetheless, really, really wonderful. Really, really well done.
The other guy did better than Gene Kelly in Singing in the Rain. Hot take.
Donald O'Connor?
Yeah.
In what way?
By performance.
You just liked his performance more?
Mm-hmm.
I thought they're pretty damn equal.
Well, I thought it was definitely more unique. I've seen that kind of performance from...
You always like quirky more than you like straight.
Well, if I've seen you do a performance before and you're doing the exact same thing, especially back then, they always played the same guys back then, because the style of James Dean.
Do you like Humphrey Bogart?
Not as much as
exactly. Or Jimmy Cagney.
Not as
Those guys were always the same. Or Peter Lorre. They were all the same.
I know. Yeah. Older films are sometimes very difficult for me to watch because
who wasn't, and I bet you loved, was Lon Chaney.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lon Chaney was big time character actor.
When back in the day, James Dean changed a lot of it. Marlon Brando though. Yeah. Jack Kerouac was there as well. But they literally, what he was talking about, realistic acting.
Yeah.
It changed from I forget what it was it basically changed from them doing that voice all the time. What do they call it? Hey, Sonny. What did they call that voice back in the day?
Oh, Yeah, I don't know what the terminology
Mid-Atlantic
is.
or something like that, right?
But even everything, which also stemmed from the silent era in film, where people did cliche movements because that's the way you could convey things,
Because
was through movement.
it came from theater,
Yep,
and then theater to silent.
to silent film.
Then it kept evolving.
So if you were distressed, the woman would go, and that became a cliche because no one does that in real life, but on film it conveyed distress.
Yeah.
And that whole school of Lee Strasberg.
Singing in the Rain actually does a very good job at
Very good job.
portraying.
There's actually quite a few. Cagney is a really interesting. If you watch James Cagney, he was one of the first guys to start doing some serious believability before Strasberg's method came in vogue. And when Brando did A Streetcar Named Desire, it burst open the seams of believability in cinema and opened the door for, I mean, pretty much everybody of that era studied at the Actors Studio with Lee Strasberg.
Yep.
Everybody.
Yeah, they did.
And it changed acting forever.
They did.
For the better.
Yeah, and it's I do want to do theater, but I don't think anybody would in LA would hire me. I don't have enough experience at all in theater. So they would see my resume and be like, "Oh, he's never done anything."
I think it depends.
He's never
Because I see a lot of people get hired who don't have an extensive resume. I mean, the way you get hired is
I don't want to do musicals.
Yeah, that cuts out.
I don't
60% of your theater capacity.
I'll submit for theater things, and then but if it says musical, needs to be a. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
No, it's true. At least 60%, if not more, of the auditions, both L.A. and New York, they're musical theater.
Musical theater.
Yeah.
100%.
In fact, I have an interview on Monday. Musical theater. I'm doing a reading of something that we're going to be putting up soon in either the fall or the musical theater.
Yep. That's the main thing.
Yep. The majority of my shows. Well, Dinner with Friends wasn't musical theater.
Yeah, that one was a musical.
Camelot was. Divorce the Musical was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have a good voice. I have no desire.
Yeah.
None at all. But I'm pretty sure I'd be more of a baritone or bass.
Yeah, you'd be a baritone.
If they asked what your
you could sing bass.
What your range is.
Which I got to tell you, there's a lot. The sea is flooded with tenors.
It's because
bass and baritone are more.
It's because they're
not
full
common.
Of gay guys.
Yep. So for those of us who can sing the bass and the baritones,
but you'd be more on the tenor side.
I'm a baritoner.
Baritoner.
I'm baritone comfortably. I can sing some bass. I'm baritone who can get into the tenor range. But if you needed me to do tenor, what you're talking about is Jesus Christ Superstar and the range that they've got for Jesus and for right now the tenor that's singing the role of Judas is what's his name from American Idol?
Adam Lambert?
Yep.
Oh, well.
That's a tenor.
Gay guy.
That's a tenor. Freddie Mercury. That's a tenor.
It's a stereotype.
Michael Crawford. That's a tenor.
If you're not familiar with theater, musical theater especially, it is just a stereotype that is full of gay guys.
It's real.
It's a real stereotype.
It's a real stereotype. It's always been that way.
My brother is heavily into music theater. Not to say that there's not. Obviously, there are straight
there's
people.
A ton of straight guys.
But it is just like how in America, I have my brother-in-law is a doctor. And he's like, yeah, Indians they're not a minority in the doctor world.
Right, exactly. Well, I think I've said this story before. When we were doing Camelot at the Pasadena Playhouse, it was a very small cast, and there were only 5 men. And I remember after a rehearsal, before we were doing a show, we were walking to dinner, and one of the actors said, if I'm not mistaken, guys, I think this might be the first musical theater play I've ever done where there's not one gay guy in it. Because all 5 of us were hetero.
That we know of.
It was very strange.
Is that the same in Marathi theater in India? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
If that translates, or if it's just because it's musical theater.
It's interesting because when you think about the films we've seen that are historical, documentary, and biopics, whether it's the Harishchandra Factory film, things that depict the industry, whether it's film or theater, we've seen quite a few. I've not seen that conveyed. Now, I don't know if that's because it doesn't exist or it's not as common. It's interesting. Now, when you think about it, it hasn't been part of the equation for a lot of those films.
Yeah. There's some of them though.
Yeah.
But it could be just because of like the carryover from the British because before the British came in,
But even
everybody was gay.
people talk about I mean, since historians will talk about, they believe one of the primary contributors to that aspect of theater was in Shakespeare's day.
Yeah.
Every woman role was portrayed by a guy.
Well, women can act though.
Well, that's true.
Who wants a woman to act?
I mean,
Am right?
seriously. Have they ever done any good work?
Probably not.
Nope.
Anyways, that was really good. I'm glad we got to watch another
Me
Marathi
too. Me too.
film.
Marathi, man.
Once again, if you're seeing this review on YouTube,
Cover this up. I don't know when this
we
is.
started this review, and you're probably like,
Huh?
"Oh, there's no intro."
Yep.
I meant to do an intro after the film was done. Sorry.
Get the metal off.
I completely forgot. We just finished the watch along of this. You will not see that on YouTube. It's just
You'll see the review, but not the watch
you'll
along.
see a review if you'd
Because
like.
none
to
of you watch it, except the
None of you,
Marathis.
yeah, none of you watched the
a
last
shame.
Marathi one, and it was a popular one, so
Yeah.
I was kind of testing it out. But that doesn't mean we're going to stop watching Marathi films.
No.
But if you'd like to see more than just a review, you can head over to Patreon or channel memberships. The full uncut version will be there for you to check out. Let us know what our next Marathi.
And you're
film could
missing some great films if you're not watching Marathi, man. Mm-hmm. You really are.
be. I'm excited to see Nude whenever we get to it.
Yeah.
Do you remember? I think the Lapta lady is the lead in that.
I think you're correct. I remember someone sending me a message about that. When you said nude, I went to Vishal's book.
Oh.
Great little book by Vishal Bardwaj if you've never read it. It's called Nude. It's a really great book.
Anyways, let us know what our next Marathi film should be.
Please.
And anything else we need to know down below.